Okay, I am back.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Hmm.
You find Hedwyn on his own after Jodariel's liberation. You sense straight away what is on his mind. The two of them, close enough. The two of them were close enough through much of his life. He looks up. He looks up at you, but his familiar smile is nowhere to be found. Sorry, my friend. I should be in a much better mood right now. It's just... I can't believe she's gone. Then he shakes his head. Listen to me, talking like she's... He falls silent again. You can tell he needs some time to himself for now, and turn to leave. Wait, hold on. Don't leave me here just yet. First of all, my friend, thank you. I don't like to think of it as in quite these terms, but out of all of us, I really hope she managed to get out of here. She's been here the longest. Not to mention, I'd probably be dead 10 times over by now if not for her. What's more, maybe other than Volfred himself, I have a feeling she's really going to make an impact on this plan of ours, which has a larger chance of success now. Back on the other side. Just the same though, I'm going to miss her. You and Hedwyn share some memories of Jodariel for a time. It grows clear to you that he needs some time alone. Thanks again, my friend. I hope that one day all of us can meet again. Jody, she'll be happy on that day, I'll bet. It's very late now. You part ways, bidding each other a good evening. You call me, for me, lovely reader. Oh, I got a cut inside my mouth. Liberated. Getting a workout. Nearby. Running around somewhere. Cleaning cobwebs. Yeah, he's been doing a good job on that. Out for a walk. Practicing sloshes. Good moonshine there. Good morning, my boy. The place I noted earlier. Let me illuminate the way. Volfred leads all of you to a calm, quiet clearing, tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden folds. All about, you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Huh. Eating with Hedwyn, eating with Sir Gilman, preening her plumage, talking to the scribes, on a short flight, looking at the book's pictures. Liberated. Not around. You find Volfred. Where did I cut my... Because now I can taste the bit of blood. It's a tiny bit, but enough to be annoying. Seeming lost in thought, but then he turns to you. Greetings, reader. This wagon and I, we've many memories together, and I could not help reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my plan may be relevant to you, given your role. If there's something you wish to know, you need but ask. You express interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be here, and Volfred's past connection to the group. I've been connected to the Nightwings since almost the beginning of my days in exile. They found me in a matter, as I understand, quite like how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then, it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile called Irissa. I actually have a picture. And another known as Orlech. Once in a while, we let little Tizzo stand with us as well. He's rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against, they feared us. Only the Tempest presented any threat to us in any given right. But there was a terrible accident. Irissa, we lost her. And Orlach, he was my friend. He fell from Mount Adalai. We lost him as well. And on the night when he was to be free, we were reckless, hasty. And I was powerless to stop any of it. I blamed the rights themselves, the circumstances that put us in danger. The downside claimed many lives, yet this, it was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and raiments. I had the black wagon cleared and buried, such that it could not be used again. If the Nightwings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, towards a different purpose. That's all I wish to say of this, my boy. You asked Wolfrid about his past in the Commonwealth, and how it is he came to be in the downside.
Harald is the god.
How rather forward of you, my boy. Most whom I've met during my travels have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I am happy to tell you. As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. I own and operated one. An illegal invention that allowed written materials to be published at an extraordinary rate, the printing press. In Aas, which I'm guessing is after Scribe, or after Salim, in 617, the Commonwealth was under siege from within, as anti-theocratic propaganda quickly spread. Oh, I see. Now I start to understand why. So just like in reality, the printing press came under siege because it conflicted with religion. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy. The wars against the high-wing remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Under pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while. But not for long enough. Here, in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and short of it. Now then, was there something else? How? You ask Wolfrid about his history with a lone minstrel, who he seems to know quite well. Tarek was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen it. Although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then, if you can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. He serves the Rights and the Nightwings. I've tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it. Although although it is plain that he is not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, though I do not know much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, though it was he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizzo were instrumental in our meeting. It's been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, was there anything else you wish to talk about for now? You thank Wolfrid for his time and bid him a good rest of the afternoon. Likewise to you, reader. Be well. Laughing at something.
Are cognitaras. Tempra agitensa.
Everyone, the amenities are modest here in the moonlit alcove. For many years, Wolfrid smuggled supplies and furnishings to this well-hidden locale. The amenities are modest here at the moonlit alcove, but I suggest that you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready when you need it next. From the mountaintop you can see across Dark's downside. Its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurred to you that you may never see another land beside it. And so you and your companions wait upon the mountain top in quiet solitude, anticipating the cycle of the rites to begin to turn again. Then you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons pass, and then one evening... May I have a moment, reader? The lone minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as it has been your leaning through your stay at this abode. Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please follow me. You follow him into the cold night air. Look forth, reader sir. The stars shine like you've never seen. Once more the path toward salvation is revealed, but now something is different. What? Why is there a black hole up there? Each prior time you searched the stars, it showed you a single path. Now, several rites avail themselves to you at once. I wish I knew what these secondary stars were. I want to look at this one. Why can't I look at this one? Goal. Nilith. Ores. Right. Dalbert is already on his way. Fate. Back out to sea. These idiots again. Or them. Hey, before, you said something about banning literacy being good for some utopias. What about constant wars with heartbeats? Yeah, it's not necessary. That's not good for them, but how to word it properly? There are some instances where systematically it is good for a utopia to ban certain things, such as literacy or even mathematics. That said, every utopia is in itself a dystopia. Utopias within the philosophical community, utopias and dystopias are at times called paradoxical societies, because in the same instance they are both dystopias and utopias. Excuse me. Take, for example, Fallout. The Fallout series. We all look at Fallout and say, yeah, that's dystopian. But for some people, that's a utopia. The idea of an entire world that has been destroyed. You have the insane who are free to do whatever they please. You have the violent who are free to kill and cause as much mayhem and destruction as they want. And then of course you have builders. You have people who wish to build entire societies without reservation from others. Take the Legion. Take the Legion from Fallout New Vegas. They didn't like war. They didn't like destruction or necessarily insanity. They wanted to build a society without raiders, they wanted to build a secure society, and thus the Wasteland was a utopia to them. So when we talk about utopias, you also have to take in stride that they are also dystopias. The stars urge that we go to the Hulk of Ors, a long way off. Fulfrid, sir. How are we to reach the Hulk of Ors in due time? You know full well, Tarek. Preparations are complete. You think you see the lone minstrel's smile, ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advanced, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites. As the years advance, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites this time, until once more we are to traverse Scribegate. Exactly how many is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought to present itself much sooner than before, to let us be ready. Now, then see you in the morning, reader. Your companions have not traveled far from Moonlight Alcove. The word of the news soon spreads throughout the group. If this thing starts flying, I'm just gonna lose it. We've been a wagon, we've been a boat. We're gonna turn into a fucking helicopter next. Or maybe a ship, I suppose. In other words, the only way for a real utopia to exist is for nature nature of mortals to change. Not necessarily. That's a much larger discussion, but just the same as a utopia and dystopia are considered the same thing in some circles. In many circles, it's considered both are an impossibility. For utopia to exist, reality must cease. For dystopia to exist, reality must also cease. And what I mean by that is reality in the sense of what is possible, what is logical, what is real, what is physical, what is bound by the laws of existence. For utopia to exist, everything needs to stop being as it is. I think the best instance I've seen of someone explaining it is, ironically, in an anime called Code Geass. The ending of that, or close to the ending of it, we find out that the bad guys want to make a utopia, but to do that, everyone must no longer be able to lie. Not only that, they must no longer be able to do harm to each other. In doing so, to achieve such, they have to stop all time and stop all life. And in doing that, they would basically negate reality. As such, everyone fights them and defeats them. Next morning, Wulfric calls everyone together before the Black Wagon. You'll know what I'm talking about if you've watched the entire thing. It's in the second season of it, but, yeah, if you go back and watch that... Actually, I think I might still have my, my CDs of that. I could always send it to you, but I'll show you later. This old wagon is more than... Are we about to turn into an airship or a helicopter? With Beatrice's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now, it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. Hang on, why are things floating? Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way. We're about to fly, aren't we? He turns to you, indicating a lever and a device marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader. Whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. Or we about to fly. You ready for this shit? Hold on your butts. We be flying. Fucking knew it. After having soared in the sky, the Black Wagon remains aloft, somehow. Oh, by the scribes! Hey, now we're talking. Never thought I'd soar like this again. The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call them. There's one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. Though we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make our way by land or sea towards our destination. And without further ado, let us proceed. The Black Wagon can fly! Seek out the Hulk of Horus. Fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Oh my god, I get to control this. Excuse me, what? Oh my god, this is silly. fire and... Ooh. Oh no. Oh, shit. This is why you don't let me drive. Unless we are under attack, never let me drive. Sisters, we're under attack. No, we're not. Hold on. No. We're merely being mocked. By none other than the Nightwings. Mock us again all you wish. Then restles of sight of you. In that utterly outlandish wangan. Your mere existence is a front to the act of flight. Would that my sisters and I could soar tireless and free as we once did. And we must resort to such a noble means of travel such as you. Now stay away from us, lest our vengeance should extend beyond your commonwealth and become much more personal in nature. Sorry, I didn't mean to slam into your thingy. Oh my god, they just do as they fucking please, apparently. Hang on, I want to bump into you. You can hear the angry hissing coming from all the way from your position. Ye think maybe half the skies belong to ye? Foolish, the skies and everything above them and below belongs to the astral born. He shall be smitten with his skies on his awaken. Now be gone. What? Everyone has a flying wagon now? Fucking apparently. Everyone's got flying wagons. This is great. This part is great. I love this part. No, I don't want this. I want the other one. The hulk of Oris. It has drifted here upon the seas for longer than one might expect. Perhaps you have already read of the doomed ship's demise, embraced in the brace of fathomless plurness. Some say it was the sea itself which preserved the ship's remains, hidden properties within the waters, sea creatures binding together, ruined planks of wood. Those such as yourselves and the fate know another truth, I gather. The stars would not align over the wreckage if it did not have greater significance than first appears. May you have good fortune there during the coming rite. Okay, I can land in one of 3 places. This may be more restful. You know what? We didn't get him fish last time. Everyone's got a flying fucking wagon now, apparently. This game is fucking amazing. You touched down at the Sea of Souls, where you first encountered Sir Gilman and the Pyre Hearts. And you make time to check the wagon's subsystems for sign of excess strain resulting from your voyage to the skies. One of your companions gets your attention. We appreciate you getting us here in one piece, chum. Ruki assists you with the remainder of the work, and together you conclude that everything seems to be in order. You soon shall carry on by sea. For now, you have some time to spare. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Wasn't there a floating crystal right here? I didn't imagine that, right? There's like a floating... Sir Gilman is shivering there after the black wagon's maiden voice through the sky. Master Reader, this knight is very, very slightly out of sorts, is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you his seeming cowardice is nothing but an optical illusion in this case. Pamatha overhears you and joins. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim in the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious murky waters, engulfed in heinous warfare to be sure, but otherwise joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying is just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, though the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though I haven't had to swim, you now have to fly. It's very brave of you, and you handle it much better than some hard fledglings I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Staring into space. Oh, there's the floating crystal. Oh my god, we got everything. Nope, I need to close this and... Save it. Oh my god, I get a little bubble. Doing minor repairs nearby. Trying to stay dry. Wait, where did the rock go? Where did the rook go? Canvas wings. The Blackwing is flight capable, though by which means you're not fully grasped yet. Please. Wing its coats. Making a racket. Yeah, that's about right. Liberated. Oh my god, we just have everything except these two. You've... Living in exile. Since I too roamed free, I remember well those days in which I was called chief. I traveled all the world over oh, we're not talking. In the words of Jomer Many-Maned, Alpha Chief. My 4 good paws was well adorned. I wanted to grow stronger. Here at last I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you just a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but if only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason, but in time, here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and find certain beauty in unlikely places. In the world of molten wild witch, beyond a shallow, sickly gulf, our voyage grew increasingly forbidding and much harder to explain. How could a sea exist here at the bottom of the world? The bottom of the world? We could not deduce whence sprang the carcasses of ancient sailing ships we found throughout the Sea of Souls. The warning that they signed we duly noted. It was here we met Oars, called the Underking, who brazenly assaulted our little skiff, for we had trespassed in his waters. But then the Underking relented, for he witnessed Solim Mur in all his doom and glory. Soon he would side with us. Then, with the Underking, we sailed forth in tempest beyond reasoning or measure. Sailing the summit of sacred draws no small amount of sacrifice and sorcery, but in varying proportion. The mountain's energy were palatable. The sensation that we felt undescribable. The lands we stood upon were closer to the stars than the world we knew. It was upon the highest point in all the downside we first made effort to concoct this tome, which we now read. It was there that we were stricken with a vision of the cycle of the rites and felt together, for the first, a sense of freedom unlike we experienced before. But that's a subject which our comrades shall illuminate in greater detail. Oh my god. Well, that explains how the mask came. Yeah, I want to read hers again. Wait, what? Years upon long years we spent distilling life essence from many things, which all arrived under the auspice of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so we think they did. Did they? We earned the title Witch, and were forced to flee into the downside here. We encountered Solim Mur, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate his lands and catalogued our findings. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. He wished to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake, indulge us both then. In the words of 100 Minds the Scholar, do you feel kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them. Perhaps one day even your freedom. I chased the stars across the river of my genealogy until they led me here. I demanded they explain to me the paradox of knowledge. For how is it that something can be shared but still contained within ourselves in its entirety? The stars did not respond, but set me on a quest. I sought the 9 landmarks, which they revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks, emissaries of the star, are the 9 lenses through which we see the land and see ourselves in new light. Much can be said about the Sisters of the Arch, whom we banished to the great beyond for deeds irredeemable. Oh. Suffice it that details of their banishment are written in the book. The sisters and the book became inseparable, not unlike the stars. Their light, the infinite darkness that engulfs them. The stars communicate to us and to you in turn. The words within this book are but an edifice, a simple surface. Look past the text to the hidden meaning, to the hidden power. The stars above, as they are not mere lights, these are not mere words. If you chance upon the Sisters of Arch within their prison here, give them our thanks. Confusing. 9 triumphants. At first, I found it much too difficult to read, much less to write, even to grasp the quill. But the honored one, the horned one, Myr, implored me. He said that the greatest gift he could give. This is the greatest gift that he could give me in return. In return for what? I asked. In return for his life, he said. But I did not save your life, I said. Yes, you did, he said. We fight about this still. Myr is stubborn more than I. Now, herein, and by his leave, I chronicle the 9 triumphants, for I am of this land unlike the rest, who wish to leave. We knew not everyone could leave who wanted. Seldom would the opportunity arise, and thus we organized those striving for the chance into 9 sets of 3. The Beyonders. To call the Beyonders a triumvirate is to stain the others' efforts. Yet I am beholden to describe them here. A pack of bandits loosely organized under the Sisters of the Arch. They traveled all this way into my land to take the Horned One's life, to kill my friend Myr. We thwarted them. We had them at our mercy. Mercy had become imperative to Myr. We spared their lives but banished them to the darkness far beyond these lands. Now and forever, the Beyonders cling to a beholden duty to confront the true triumvirates, whenever they so choose, so that whenever the true triumvirates clash, it shall be to their fullest extent. Interesting that the bird is the one that's... We, the eight, assembled here together in the downside, and we gave our freedom so that you may yet have yours. It is an exchange we have not made lightly. It is my charge to ensure that you, should you regain your freedom, first off recognize its qualities and use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. My own wings. I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here, where I was bound. It is your charge to be free, and not to make the same mistakes. Spring from here and learn from what we did, build a new great society, a free society, with wings spread wide for everyone. Alright, I'm going to do the scribe trial. See if it's... Where's the stone? What is this? Waking wood. Just light when it is needed. Had a all for a low, monthly fee. Ah, my best friend in all the world, come to visit me again. Does it make you uncomfortable, perhaps, that I should call you thus? Perhaps you think that you do not yet know me very well, but I know you just fine. You reveal a great deal to me when you come visit me like this. You're not the only one who can sense things in others, you know. She laughs to herself. One learns to read a bit when forced to suddenly appear within a book forced to appear in a book for 837 years or so. Especially if one is wont to pry a little, you understand, for it gets rather boring here. I know all about you, crippled scholar who vowed to help his friends be free again, only to end up spending all his time talking to an apparition stuck in a stone. Oh, I know about your loves, or lack thereof, about your favorite pastimes, certain habits you may have somewhat low to ignorance. Fear not, of course. I use this special knowledge only as a means to entertain myself, I think. And if you don't like it, why just keep your distance, like so many of your predecessors. As for the other Beyonders, they are as raised to me as I must seem to all those idiots whom you consort. I cannot confide as easily with my own kind as I am able to confide in you. But I suppose that I have said too much. Thank you as ever for the visit. You've given me a lot to think about. More than you know. Huh. Just in case it's something completely bullshit. So once they are able to reach rank 3, they are eligible for a trial, and they are ready for the thingy. Yes, Sandra. Oh, you mean that nomad boy? He's so innocent, that one. I should have a lot of work to do with him. Then, let us bring him forth. Soon Headwind appears in heat of the summons. Hey, my friend, what's going on? A well-bound, but have no exceptional advantages. The apparition... Listen well, boy. You answer to me here. Understood. You are a fool. Do not talk back to me. Your reliance on your friends is such a burden upon them. Let's see what you can do without their aid. Save for that of your lovely reader, though. Bollocks. Bollocks. Ah, that was my bad. Mutual destruction. No. Okay, that was just me being really stupid. Play a little better, Giga. No. Boom. Ah, Mulladyne. Oh, piss. Oh. No, bad doggy. Ooh. Oh, it knocks them back. Well, that's me fucked up. That one's not hard. That one is just me being really stupid. Just casually stroll in. No! No! Mutual destruction. I'm fine with this. No! Oh, well, yes. That's just me being bad, as usual. No, wait, excuse me, what? Oh, well, that is a way to do it. Bad doggy. Free spirit. Oh, okay. I got displaced by that jump. Well, I did it. We did it. It seems you did indeed, boy. Your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Crystal! Good to be back after all that. Say, what do you have there? Gold bracer. To find their mark, Sandra and the Sisters of the Arch first had to circumvent his loyal man-at-arms. No, go the other way. No. Nope. Well, it's gone. Well, okay, I know that you have to do thingy-maboob. You have to go to bed, so I'll go through this, get one of the save points, and we can continue forward. There may be something of use to you here. The sea is peaceful for the most part, save for the occasional strange shimmering beneath the surface. You realize the lone Nestro is looking down at them along with you. Those shapes down there. Some must be worms of the Sea Dominion cast into exile. I understand they tirelessly fought the Commonwealth's wars, having grown weary of their own. They must make worthy adversaries. It appears to have spotted something tasty. It dives without warning in the depths below. And there he goes again. That one enjoys being at sea despite its perils. Eventually the little imp resurfaces, clutching something in his claws. Ooh, it's a fish. He's a valuable fish. Also, I'd like to point out that everyone has like a really large mask. The reader's mask is like tiny. Like you can see in the picture when it's not being covered. It's a hood plus then a really tiny head. The humans have the most boring pyre dive animation. They just flop butt first. Curs do the yeah. Oh, me? Oh, of course. Please tell me something I don't know, for there's lots of it. You beg over her understanding of her aura, and its connection to our presence, both physical and spiritual. Discussion proves informative. The 8 scribes, they so inspire me, and now I feel I've grown somehow closer to them. Maybe? I want to see how this works. My aura, I just think that maybe it reflects how the scribes see me. Okay, we saved. However, I want to... Either way, once I finish this, we'll call it for the night and you can get some sleep. Doop doop doop.
Shiru-sama.
Oh my god. So many teleports. Blah, 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 blah. Well. No, 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 no. Yeah. Bad snick. Bad snick. I love the savages one. Boop. Okay. So we got teleports for days. Return to... Right, okay. We'll call it for now and pick this up later.